everybody, and welcome to your Turbo Kick training. I'm so excited that you are here today and that you have chosen to spend this 6 to 8 hours with me in order to become a Turbo Kick instructor. So one of my personal mentors, Katie Moyer, says that Chalene Johnson says that time is one of your most valuable assets. And I really believe that's true. Time is really the great equalizer of the day. We all have 24 hours in every day to spend, and we get to choose how we're going to spend that time, and we also get to choose what we're going to earn with that time. And so I am so excited and so humbled and thrilled that you came here today and decided to earn becoming a Turbo Kick instructor with your time. So thank you, first of all. Thank you for being here. Welcome, and I hope that you are ready for an incredible day. So let's talk a little bit about Turbo Kick. Why are you here? There was some moment with Turbo Kick that inspired you to take it to the next level today. So just by a show of hands, who do I have in here that took Turbo Kick one time and they completely fell in love? All right. Now, who do I have in here that maybe it took a couple of times to fall in love with Turbo Kick, or maybe your friend dragged you along that first class and they're like, oh, you gotta try this. And you didn't really get it at first, but then you went a couple of times and then you fell in love with Turbo Kick. All right. So who do I have in here that has never been to a live Group X Turbo Kick class, but you do Turbo Fire or Turbo Jam at home, and you love Chalene Johnson and you wanted to take it to the next level? All right. Now, who here, do I have anybody actually that has never taken Turbo Kick before, but maybe you're a Group X instructor or a Beachbody coach and you just want to learn more about the format? All right. So you'll see, kind of looking around with that show of hands, that we're all coming from different paths, and maybe we took a different journey to fall in love with Turbo Kick or to come here today. But what matters is that you're all here and you have taken the time and made the decision to become an incredible instructor and learn more about this amazing format. So when I say this amazing format, I truly mean it. Turbo Kick is incredibly special to me because you may have heard this term. It is my soulmate workout. I love Turbo Kick, and really my journey was a pretty easy one. I used to be a runner, and I would run every single day, and I loved the high calorie burn and the high intensity of running, but I hated actually running. I hated it. And about 10 years ago, I had this moment where I couldn't put one foot in front of the other. And I was like, there's no way, I can't do it. It's too monotonous. There's no playlist that's gonna make it exciting enough. I just can't do it. And so that's when I joined a gym. And I went to the gym and I saw that they had Group X classes. And so I decided to try a bunch of them. And I did try a bunch of classes. And I have to admit, a lot of them just didn't meet my high calorie burning standards. And the time that it did meet it was the first time that I took Turbo Kick. And so I took it and I instantly fell in love. I was one of the lucky ones, I have to admit. I have a music background, I have a dance background. I understood Turbo Kick. I understood the 8 count. I understood where we were going to change. Really, it was just a matter of learning the choreography and learning the terminology, but it wasn't a great leap for me. And so I did have a pretty easy journey. And I did have the access to have a love at first sight moment with Turbo Kick so that I could continue to do it and loved it from the very beginning. And I know that some of you did not have that experience, right? That maybe it took you a couple of times or whatever. And some of you did have that experience. But again, like I said, it doesn't matter how you got here, you got here. And that is what is incredible. That no matter how the journey happened, you decided to take it to the next level and become an instructor so that you can inspire other people to go to Turbo Kick and really find their passion in fitness. And that's really what it's all about, is getting people in the gym, making them stay there, and maybe making them love it. Because I'll tell you what, when I found Turbo Kick for the first time, it went from I have to work out to I want to work out. I want to do this every single day. So when you think about that, what do you think it is about Turbo Kick that makes it so special and makes it that it works and that it's accessible to all these people and became so popular? So when you really think about that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of Turbo Kick. So Chalene Johnson, the creator of Turbo Kick, which many of you know who that is, used to be just a Group X instructor. That's how she started, just like you and I, a Group X instructor. And she was teaching Group X in 24-Hour Fitness in California, and she created this format where it was a little dancey, and there was martial arts, and there were these cool sound effects and all this stuff, and she mixed all this hot music into it, and it became very popular, and people kept coming to class, and they wanted more. And 24-Hour Fitness took notice of that, and they came to Chalene and they were like, what's going on in this class? How are you getting people to come here every single day and packing your classes? And whatever it is, can you teach other instructors how to do it so that we can get more of these classes on the schedule? And Chalene, being a very smart businesswoman, was like, yeah, I can do that. I have a company with my husband. It's called Powder Blue, which for those of you who don't know, Powder Blue is the original Turbo Kick company before the merger with Beachbody. But she said, yeah, I have my own company, and I can teach other people to do this format and help you have more instructors and more classes. And so she did. She created Powder Blue. She started teaching more people how to do it. And the more people that learned it, the more people that loved it, and it has expanded into the empire that it is today. You know, she merged with Beachbody. We have Turbo Jam, Turbo Fire, and it is a huge, huge, amazing deal. So Chalene Johnson started that way, but there was something about what she did that made it work, and that was the form of Turbo Kick. She knew that it couldn't just be willy-nilly. She couldn't just be like, oh, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and blah, blah, blah. She made a form, and she made a specific form so that there's long combos and short combos, and the music is different on the long ones, but it's the same on the short ones. And there's a punches section, and a punches and kicks section, and a kick section, and a recovery, and all these different sections, but it's the same every single time. So even though that the choreography is somewhat difficult, and even though it's a pretty complex format because it is high intensity, there are modifiers, and there's so many things kind of going on with this format, people could still get it because we follow that same form. And that's really where the magic happens, is within that form. So does anybody actually know how many sections are in Turbo Kick? Awesome, I'll tell you, it's 11. There are 11 sections. Does anybody know why there's 11 sections? Okay, I'll tell you again. It's because it's Chalene's favorite number. That's really the truth about it. Chalene's favorite number is 11, and a lot of really positive things happen to her that are associated with that number, and obviously she connected it to Turbo Kick, and very positive things happened with that too. So more power to her. The number 11, that is why there are 11 sections. But no matter why the reason, the fact is the form works. So that's really why Turbo Kick works. Now I know some of you are looking at me right now and you're like, what are you talking about? You're saying all these things about punches and form and technique, and I don't know what's going to go on. And I'll tell you what, we're going to talk a lot about the form today. We're going to talk a lot about form and technique. We're going to talk about musicality. We're going to talk about cueing. We're going to talk about how to create a party atmosphere. We're going to talk about all of the tools that are going to make you a wonderful Turbo Kick instructor. So don't be scared. There are plenty of times today that you can ask questions, and I am more than happy to answer any questions for you. So don't get overwhelmed. We're going to go over all of that. This is just a little basic history to let you know why it is Turbo Kick is so special. But there was also a reason that I asked you to think about why you loved Turbo Kick and what happened the first time you took Turbo Kick, or when it was that you really fell in love with this format. And the reason I asked you to do that is because I want you to take a moment right now and think about either why you love TurboKick or a moment in TurboKick where you were just completely enraptured and felt that fitness magic and thought, man, I want to do this. I want to become an instructor. I want to know more. One of those things, either think about a moment or think about why you love TurboKick. And I want you to hold that moment or reason close to your heart all day long, so that when you have those moments today where you might feel overwhelmed, or you might not understand what I'm saying, or you might have that moment of doubt where you're like, ooh, can I do this? Can I be an instructor? I want you to come back and reconnect with that reason or that moment and think, yeah, I can. Because it's all worth it, because that love or that moment that I felt, I'm going to be able to share with other people by the end of the day. And that is so special. So think about that gift that you are going to give to other people. By the time you end this day, you're going to have that whole arsenal at your disposal so that you can do that as well, and you can create those fitness magic moments. So that is why I asked you why you love TurboKick. So think about that right now, and we're going to get started with our day and really dive in. So who's ready to go on this journey?